Hello! In today's Archaeoscoop, my top 3 headlines are as follows. Headline number 1 comes from Rome, or Roma, where architects and city engineers have uncovered a bunker belonging, it seems, to Mussolini. This is the 12th such bunker to have been uncovered in the area, but what makes this one special is that it is apparently the most secret of them all. Now, rather than shying away from a slightly cringeworthy period in their recent history, many Italians don't like to all that much focus on Mussolini and his reign. They are actually turning this bunker into a display for the public, as they have done with previous ones. This will involve touch screens and sound effects, for example, simulating an air raid going overhead. And I say, well done to them. It's very brave to look on things which you don't necessarily like about yourself and to learn from them. So excellent. It's a great news story and a wonderful plan for this bunker. That's headline number 1. Headline number 2 comes from Vancouver, where a teacher and mother has been shocked beyond belief at the sight of what she is calling some whalebone porn in the Vancouver Maritime Museum. Now, what she's referring to are actually some teeth, some whale teeth, which have been carved in the 19th century, depicting sailors' aspirations for a night out when they finally make port. Now, as you might imagine, they involve certain sensual activities, but they're not necessarily explicit. Rather, they're just longing. They're full of longing, these etchings. But she is convinced that they will quote, rather to quote the article, corrupt young and impressionable minds, rather than educate them as to the the difficulties of sailing at that time. So this is an interesting story, really, highlighting the tension that can sometimes arise when modern sensibilities, modern conservative sensibilities of that, come up against the truths of the past and indeed the truths of having a body and wanting to, be with other people who have bodies. So this is an interesting story, well worth a read, and I'm sure you'll have an opinion on it. That's headline number 2. Headline number 3 comes from Croatia, where this isn't actually a new news story, but it's been circulated in recent days, where a stack of medieval manuscripts being studied by a PhD student have brought to light a rather familiar event, and that is your cat wanting to be involved with whatever it is that you're doing. I'm sure if you own a cat, I've certainly been in the house of people who own cats, and they always want to be involved. They want attention, or they want to see what are you doing? Why are you not looking at me or stroking me? So they all, for example, trample across your keyboard when you're trying to type. Well, it seems that that back in the 14th century things were just the same. In this instance, a cat has walked across a manuscript with ink on its paws and left some paw prints behind. Now this is interesting because, in the words of the student involved, it represents a situation which forces the historian to take his or her eyes from the text for a moment and try and reconstruct that moment when the ink was laid down by the cat. So I think it's a very interesting story, and again, it's just it's a bit of fun, but also highlights something important about the past, and that is that it's not all about dates, facts, figures, and what is written down, but also the experience of being human, and indeed the experience of having a pet cat. We are a dog household here at Archaeoscoop Towers, it must be said. So there you go, my top 3 headlines of the day. For more of those on those headlines, check out the links below. And indeed, for other news stories in the past few days, they are also below for your delectation and delight. So take your time, read, and see what you think of some of these stories. Plenty to have a look at, actually. Loads of news stories in this video. So, yes, I had a great time in Northern Ireland. Thank you for all of those of you who were asking after how it went. And this time tomorrow I will be on the road going down to Tamworth, just north of Birmingham, to deliver, the day after that, a workshop about Saxons. Should be fun. So there you go. Just doing some last minute preparation and also responding to emails today. Anyway, go and read those news stories, have a great day, and until next time, bye bye.